Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome to Great Britain here in EU4. Last we left off, we took Trier as a vassal, and now we're fighting their war because they were getting attacked by some mean Germans, and we're gonna put a stop to that. So, silly Germans. Now that there's no good emperor, we can basically just expand, you know, gung ho into Germany here, the Holy Roman Empire, I should say. Either way, I mean, it's like, you know, if you want to get technical, the region is still called Germany. Like, I'm pretty sure anyway. Oh, there's North and South Germany. Sorry, we're expanding into North Germany. You know, gotta be specific for the people in YouTube. Now, as I recall, we do have some separatists rising up. We have some Danish separatists threatening to fire. And that's okay. We currently have 140,000 total troops. 35,000 down here. 32,000 up here. 20,000 here back in Britain that we put together. And another 50,000 over here. And it looks like, let's see. I wish I could see the stupid combat sign is getting in the way of the Alright, so how does our army stack up here? We do have better morale than Hamburg. We have better tactics and better discipline. But we are taking a -2 for taking a crossing into a woods, which means we're going to lose a lot of unnecessary lives here. Until we get to the fire phase and we kill them 10 to 1. Because cannons, basically. Yeah, let's just, come on. Jeez. Holding on for dear life. We are terrible in the shock phase, is what I'm getting out of this. It doesn't help that our generals have typically been pretty rubbish lately. You know, saying rubbish instead of trash, since, you know, simply because, you know, it's a much more British thing to say, I think. Let's see, are we doing anything with our diplomats? We're currently fabricating on the Papal State. We're going to build a spy network in Mali as well to gear up for another colonial war. I've been thinking about what to call our next colony once it's done, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with someone who's new to the channel, but has, you know, watched this series in something like the course of like a day or something. Not a day, but like over the course of like a week, he's watched the majority of the series. So, in order to congratulate him and thank him for his support, I've decided to, you know, name our next colony after him. I think it's a fair proposition. Now, I remember I was looking before we started the episode because I wanted to get my bearings straight before I actually started recording. We do have this nice policy from Administrative and Exploration that gives us higher settler chance and higher global settler increase, the latter of which being extremely important. So that is going to cost us 1 admin point per month, but I think it's worth it. And how old is Cromwell? Cromwell's 41, so we probably got another 20 years of just crap admin gains. Alright, now we did stack wipe everyone there. And where's the fleet? Oh, the fleet's down in, Man, I am just... Are you protecting trade? What are you guys doing? They're protecting trade, but we need to get this, transport out. Get out of there. Can we upgrade this fleet? No, these are all up to date. Okay. And, yeah, keep protecting trade in the English Channel. How much do we make from the English Channel, anyway? We collect 30 ducats. Okay. Good to know. It's a good amount of money. It's important to note that we're not really winning these battles because we have any sort of significant advantage over the German troops. We're mostly winning it because we have artillery and they don't. Which at this stage in the game is basically a death sentence. If you haven't gotten big enough by this point in the game to get a reasonable amount of artillery, you're really putting yourself in danger. And that's because the shock modifiers by even at Tech 16 are really high, and by Tech 22 in particular, if you're not using utilizing cannons, then you're really just asking to get destroyed in combat. But yeah, we're just having a hard time even with. Well, of course, the rebels share our discipline, which is kind of BS. It's kind of stupid that rebels share your discipline. But hey, now that they're dead, we can start converting some of these provinces. And, I would love to get another administrative group. Unfortunately, I feel like we're locked to taking expansion just so we can actually get into India. So I'm not really excited about that, honestly. I wish I could take humanist or religious or even innovative at this point. Oh, you want out, Munster? Well, you are the war leader. Pretty much everyone would take a piece at this point. Even, might as well take some money from them, though. I mean, they're the aggressors. Let's get some just reparations. Why is Liège our ally? Oh, I know. I think Liège was allied to Trier. That makes sense. We should probably improve relations with Trier. They're not exactly fond of us at the moment. They're also quite Catholic. Especially Catholic. Because they're a bishopric. Now, I could force my religion on them. But I'd rather not force my religion because I found that when you enforce religion on a country, it can cause problems because your rival will support their independence, and even if they don't declare the war, they'll basically just be dead land for time immemorial. I forgot what we spent. It's been quite a few days since I've actually recorded. I can't remember what we spent all this Diplo on. Oh, it must have been with the peace deal with Mali, right? Now we will force religion here on Nuremberg. We need more Protestants in the world, honestly. Better yet, I wish it was actually the Anglican religion, the one that actually spawned up or cropped up in support. I don't think I'm going to pursue this siege with Hamburg. We could. Well, hey, we get an event for 387 ducats, which is pretty nice. Hamburg wouldn't even take a white piece because we haven't sieged them down yet. Well, whatever. Does Trier have any claims? Trier has no claims on Munster. So, Munster, I'm basically just going to let you go without a hitch here, since you're already Protestant and everything. That way we can get out of this war, and, people, you could debate whether or not that was a good move, whether, I could have stayed in to, get some more money and things of that nature, but the way I saw it is by getting out of the war early, we can get back to lowering autonomy in a lot of our provinces, specifically a lot of the new ones. Although it looks like a lot of our provinces in our properly owned areas are already quite good in terms of autonomy. Almost completely depleted. So maybe that's not quite as good of an argument as I thought it was. And holy cow, we have a lot of modifiers for our country. Well then. Now, all this being said, we do have a max manpower of 128,000, which is pretty nice. I'm debating whether, what I want to take for my last military idea group, and honestly, I may go with offensive, simply because we already have so much land, so many men, and our troops are so... Did I say offensive? I meant quality. We're going to try to go with quality ideas, and I know, you may be watching this and thinking to yourself, hey, Dark, you made a video talking about how bad quality is. Why are you going to take quality ideas? Well, our troops are really, really bad, and we already have enough, manpower and troops to actually overcome the issues of having, manpower issues, basically. our troops can't actually get home. This is hilarious. We're going to ask the Netherlands for access. Thank you, sirs. Now, I feel a little stupid for spending the Diplo to convert this province because somebody told me that after 1650 the revolts just stop anyway. So honestly, I'm just going to refund my Diplo points, part of them anyway. Just to get a little bit back and try to help recover our negative Diplo there. But yeah, since apparently the revolts stop after 1650, according to someone in the comments, I don't see the point in pursuing that any longer. We could pick up the next plutocratic idea, and I think we will. It is -2 national unrest, which means we're currently sitting at -6 national unrest, even with overextension from all of our Malian provinces that we just took. Yeah, we could really do with some quality ideas. But you know, now that I think about it, defensive wouldn't be a bad option either. Simply because we could stack the morale from plutocratic. I think that'd be really nice. But honestly, I'm wondering, are there any good policies with the ideas that we currently have? You know, defensive ideas has, in my opinion, some of the worst policies. So that kind of sucks. If we took quantity, we could get or manpower recovery speed and land maintenance from quantity, which would be really strong. And certainly help with the manpower situation we seem to find ourselves in constantly. And how about influence ideas? Let's take a look at influence. With quantity, we could get attrition for enemies +1, which is pretty silly. Already from plutocratic, we can get one that gives -1 national unrest and lowered diplomatic annexation cost, which is pretty nice. Aristocratic ideas, sure. Let's take that idea group. Everyone knows aristocratic is the best idea group in the game, and you should always take it. Clearly. How about exploration? You know, from aristocratic, the +1 diplomats and +1 diplomatic reputation is not that bad. Although why you're taking aristocratic and exploration in the same run, I have no idea. Maybe you're Russia or something. Already we can get colonial range and global settler increase, which we already got, which is... Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. That's a separate one. If we finish plutocratic, we can take another policy to improve our global settlers. And I think, honestly, we may be gunning for that, just so that we can keep up with, like, the Dutch, for example, who I believe, even if they don't have, both ideas, exploration and expansion, that they're, they're colonizing at a really rapid rate. Let's see here. So from quantity, we would get national manpower and land leader maneuver is pretty good. What would quality give us? Quality would give us manpower recovery and land attrition down. That's really bizarre coming from quality. If we took defensive ideas, we could get morale of navies, guys. Okay, so basically we have almost no good policies at present, so perhaps we should look into our next admin idea group and see if there's any good policies with some of these ideas otherwise. So if we look at plutocratic and expansion, we get settler chance and global tariffs up, which is okay, I guess. Offensive ideas, aggressive expansion impact down is pretty nice, as well as spy network construction. Defensive ideas, we would get regiment cost -10% and recover army morale, which is pretty good. Quantity ideas, we could actually get more force limit from expansion ideas. Now, this is all assuming we actually want to take expansion, and I guess we will. What does quality and expansion give? Probably nothing good, right? Quality. Land leader fire. You know what? That's actually really good. I think we're going to take quality. Expansion first, I think, but definitely quality later. Wow. 50 ducats or lose almost all your progress on your colony. Let me think about that. Now, we are going to be able to rapidly expand some of these, colonies here. Spain is doing a conquest against the Papal State. We have a claim on the Papal State, right? Right, Greece exists. They're an OPM. They're not even Crete. They're just Euboea here, or Negroponte in Italian. I've been playing, you know, I've been playing a campaign as the Knights, which, you know, if you've been watching this series, you know, spoilers, on the nation that won, but yeah, I've been you know, having fun as the Knights, and it's been going really well actually. So I think I'll be able to make a pretty decent guide on it. Anyway, let's see. So we're fighting against the Papal State, Frankfurt, and Greece, and Ragusa. Yeah, no problem. We do have a claim here on Lyonnais, so I would like to actually siege that one down. What is the supply limit? Not very high, honestly. But yes, after all the clamor on my channel about the actual quality of quality, I will be taking quality in this campaign just because our troops are bad enough to warrant it. Plus the additional discipline will be nice for us in terms of like being able to stack it. Rhode Island has become independent, or self-sustaining, I should say. And we've almost got enough for our colony here. I think the global settler increase is going to do wonders for us, even though it is costing us an admin point. So we outnumber them 5-1. We're taking a -2. We killed, yeah, we lost 618, killed 5,000. I think it's a good sign of us not being, you know, too bad. The army of Desmond here is a little too big. So let's take out a couple infantry, take out a couple cavalry, leave it at 6, couple artillery, move them out of the province, just so we're not taking attrition. Now, somebody recommended building an army of Sweden, and honestly, I feel like we're doing a little bit of a disservice if, first of all, the army wasn't made in Sweden, and second of all, if you know, France is really our main holding here. We probably have more French development than English development at this point in terms of our actual like country composition. So we're gonna call this the Army of France. And I believe it will attempt to maintain that name regardless of where it goes. So I'm going to redeploy the ridiculous 663 general we have. I have no idea how we oh yeah, we got an event for him. I thought we rolled a general that good, and I was very concerned. Now, I don't know what this is going to mean for us, but one of my favorite things about republics is that if you get a leader that's a good general, you can actually use him repeatedly, basically. You know, you can you can keep using leaders as generals without feeling bad about it. Well, the Pope is just done at this point, basically. There's not really much left to say. Spain is going to get bigger, which is good for us because he's our ally. You know, bear that in mind. Unless you plan on immediately turning on an ally, giving them land in a peace deal is not always a bad idea. Especially in the Cossacks, where you know, there's the whole favors system, and if you don't give people stuff, they get really upset with you. We'll see if Spain gives us any land. I'm a little doubtful, if I'm being honest. All right, we won the Siege of Provence. You know, I forget again. I play Small Nation so often, I forget what it's like to make like 17 ducats a month, just because. Well, 17 ducats a month in a profit, I should say. The Royal Army up here could use a few infantry regiments, and I've heard that these Swedish folk are rather good infantry, so we are going to hire some of them, I think. Hire some of these local Danes and Swedes, and see if they're you know, up to the rumors, shall we say. Now, who else are we at war with here? Doesn't appear to be much of anybody, if I'm being 100% honest. the Tuscans are, destroying the Milanese. The Milanese are basically going to be a non-factor, going forward. Now, the Palatinate thinks of itself as a strong nation. This is humorous, because when we attempt to offer an alliance, Great Britain already has powerful allies. It's like almost like a self-esteem thing. Like, well, if you've already got Spain and the Ottomans, why would you want to ally a little Palatinate like me? What would make you want to do that? I'm a little confused at this war, mainly because the only other person left in the war is Greece, and yeah. So how we're only at 53% war score, I don't know. Apparently Spain lost the siege of Rome. Don't know how that happened, but okay. And we occupy all this land over here in southern France, and so we're going to let Spain do the rest of the work here. We could hire a guy to, for Diplo points, and I think we do that. Now, once this becomes a colonial nation, now we can see here the Abenaki, or Abenaki is actually pretty big, and they've taken land from the Iroquois. So what must have happened is that they got a mission to take some land or something, which is typically the only way to actually get claims as a Native American tribe. But they were allied with Huron, the Mohican, and the Pequot. Alright, well, I mean, that's fine. I don't think it's really going to be an issue. And, honestly, we can probably just, ferry over some troops. Actually, we don't even need to ferry troops. We can just build troops here, to do our bidding, basically. So, currently we've got, 3 infantry and an artillery. I think we get another artillery and, 1 cav and, 2 infantry. And that ought to sort us out. Actually, let's make it 2 cavalry, just so we get a flank on each side, or at least on the one side they are flanking, it's going to be a little more devastating, and help us in the shock phase. Not that I really foresee these 8 military tech nations being an issue, but at the same time, you'd never want to be outnumbered if you can possibly avoid it. We are going to move the fleet down here to Mali once again. Screw you guys, I'm not losing prestige. The Spaniards, still besieging Rome. Now the funny thing here is, the Separatists are actually going to be, like, as strong as our troops. Somehow they picked up our guns and our tactics and are now using them against us because reasons. That's okay. Thanks to plutocratic ideas, I think we have actually managed to get quite a good spread of units here. And I wanna raise a little bit more infantry here in Mali as well. And the reason I want to do that is because you need infantry to screen for your artillery. And as infantry die, if you don't have a higher number of infantry, they'll start dying, and as the battle progresses, you really find yourself in a situation where your cannons are fighting without a screen, and thus not doing any damage. So I guess we'll convert Massachusetts. I think the nice thing about, if I recall correctly, the nice thing about Animus is that it converts easier than other types of religions. Oh man, our theologian died. It's unfortunate. Combine those armies, and we'll send these armies to stand together. Where is Yeah, we need another admin advisor. Can we afford a level 2 advisor? I think the answer is honestly yes. If we look at our income here, we are making about as much from taxation as from production, even though our production efficiency is higher. So I think we will hire the national tax modifier guy. He is a +2, which we need because Cromwell is apparently the worst administrator the world has ever seen. Spain did manage to get over to Greece. He's besieging that province. We did take Connecticut, and so after one more province, we will successfully form a new colonial nation. We're actually going to go off of Berkshire here and go to Manhattan because it's an important center of trade. Well, hey, very cool stuff. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for joining me, my fellow Englishmen, and I'll see you on the next one.